Now, I don't have any friends yet at Ulysse Nardin, and I'm afraid I won't have them at the end of this video, because I'm gonna say what I think about this watch. I don't think it's particularly good looking. Still, this Ulysse Nardin Freak is a highly respected watch, even an icon of modern horology. So what makes it so special? Let me try to explain. First of all, you might have noticed you can't really read the time. And that's because you shouldn't really see this as a watch. It's more like having a laboratory on the wrist. But before we dive deeper into that, let me tell you a little bit about Ulysse Nardin, which has a real good story to tell. Ulysse Nardin was founded in 1846 in Le Locle, Switzerland, and they made an immense amount of impressive watches, particularly marine chronometers. Still, until 2001 they were a bit of a faceless brand, with no real-world famous models. But they did have Ludwig Oechlin, a watchmaker widely regarded as a legend. And what he created in 2001 was the watchmaking equivalent of the hypercar, the Freak. And this was the very first watch ever to have a silicon escapement. It also had new techniques like 3D printing, and it had the regulating organ in a totally weird place. And those are just a few of the innovations this watch premiered. Now, this is obviously way too exotic to wear on the wrist, so in 2019 they introduced a slightly more toned down version of it. This watch, the Freak X. It is priced at 21,000 euros, it has a black leather strap and it's 50 meters water resistant. And although it has a 43mm case, it actually wears quite comfortable on the wrist. The base movement is the in-house calibre UN118 with antimagnetic silicon balance wheel and of course that very weird time display. Now let me show you how this works, because it really is an amazing high-tech creation. The minutes are indicated by a carousel that also holds the escapement, the balance and the gears that make it all work. Now that might sound simple, but it's actually a sort of tourbillon that goes around once in an hour. Our friends at Monochrome Watches even called it one of the most innovative watches of the century. But when it comes to practical reasoning, some concessions had to be made. Now this watch has been worn quite a bit, and as you can see it reveals one design flaw, the DLC case. This is a technique that gives a black layer to steel, but it's not as durable as, for example, ceramic is, or carbon. And that means the steel will shine through after a while. And there's one more thing. Complicated movements tend to break quicker, so be prepared to send it over to fix a bug every now and then if you're living a wild life. But honestly, all that practical reasoning isn't really what this watch is all about. It is a movement first, a watchmaking creation, and a tool to tell the time second. And as a piece of micro magic on the wrist, it really is a very special thing. Now that leads us to the question more important than who invented the wheel. Is this watch cock or is it cool? Ooh, wow. The machine is in a very foul mood today. I don't think the watch is that cocky. Whether you like the design or not, one thing is certain. It's a showstopper. People notice and will want to know about it. And the good thing is, you will actually have a story to tell. Now try that with your waited way too long for it off-the-shelf Rolex. So I would say, as a creation, it has definitely earned its place in the Horology Hall of Fame. And if you do have a large collection, then this would definitely be a good addition. But if you're just starting your collection and you plan on wearing your watch every day, I would say go for something more human. Period. Many thanks to Ace Jewelers and especially Alon Ben Joseph for lending me his personal watch. And to all the viewers out there who are still there now, thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe because we do need your support. And of course, leave your comments. I'm really curious which watch you want to see next time. And please come back next week for the next video.